So many issues. I got probably time for one more, right? Do I have time for one more issue before questions? Okay. Transparency in our state government. Folks, we've had 4 years to get this right. 4 years. And we haven't. We haven't. What do I mean by transparency? You know, one of the reasons people had pulled back and stopped being engaged in their government is because they felt like it doesn't matter. Democrats, Republicans, no matter who's in control, it's all the same old, same old. Once politicians get in the middle of, which, by the way, folks, another thing that uniquely qualifies me for this job is I'm not a politician. Politicians got us in this mess. I think it's time for a lot of citizens who are not politicians to get engaged and run for office. And the exciting thing is we're seeing that nationally. We're seeing more citizens step up to the plate and run for office. We need people from very diverse backgrounds, folks. We need doctors. I hate to say lawyers. Let's not say that. Doctors, teachers, farmers, bankers. We need people from all walks of life. Homemakers, educators. We need people from all walks of life. So when our legislative bodies come together, we've got a wide variety of representation there so that when we do look at important bills that affect the lives of our people, we understand, because we are real people, not politicians who don't know what it's like to live out here and try to survive and thrive under the laws that our legislators pass. But transparency is an issue, folks. How many of you have been to our state capitol and tried to follow a bill? Good, I'm impressed. I know the Crows have. Very active. We have this thing in committees called group voice vote. And you know when they like to pull that out of the closet? When legislators are faced in dealing with a very controversial bill and they don't want their constituency to know how they voted, because folks, many great bills live and die in committees. A lot of them never make it to the floor. But in committees, they can hide how they voted if they do group voice vote. They say all in favor, the chairman says all in favor, say yay, yay, nay, nay. They're like, okay, I think the yays have it. And there's no record for you to go back and look to challenge your legislator who told you, who promised you, who ran on the promise that I'm going to make sure that we don't increase grocery taxes. And then when that bill comes before the committee and they do a group voice vote, you don't know how they voted. And now you've got a new grocery tax. You're saying, what? And your legislator can come home and say, hey, I fought for you, I did the best I could, but you just didn't fly. And you can't say, no, you didn't fight for me, you voted for it. You can't, because there's no written record. With Jan Morgan in the governor's seat, day one, we're going to call all those Republicans in and going to sit those guys and gals down and say, okay, folks, you ran and were elected to serve with an R by your name. Here is your copy of the Republican Party platform. You will not vote on any issue that is in violation or in conflict with limited government. You will not increase taxes under this administration. We're going to work on cutting taxes. We're going to work on decreasing regulatory burdens. We're going to be transparent in our government. And here's how we're going to do it. Until the rules are changed, because changing the rules in committee on voting is a major ordeal. I've been talking to the rules guy, believe me. But here's what we can do. Until the rules are changed, any Republican legislator in committee can raise a hand and say, I want a roll call vote. And I am going to tell those Republicans in my first meeting with them, look, I expect in every committee meeting on every bill, I want a Republican to raise a hand and say, I want a roll call vote. Don't you let me find out that any bill ever went through any committee without getting a roll call vote. Guess what? That doesn't cost us anything to do that. Except it forces our legislators to have to answer for their actions. I also want cameras. We have cameras in one committee. We need cameras in the committees so that at any time, live streaming, you, the citizen, can log on to the arkansas.gov website and say they're going to be hearing that bill today. I want to see the discussion.
Yes.
And I'd like there to be live chat there. So if I want to add something to the thoughts, I can say, well, I don't like this or I want this. But you'll be able to see it happening as it goes down. So you don't have to make the trip to Little Rock and sit up there and wonder, are they going to hear the bill like they're supposed to? Are they going to toss it aside and make us hear it tomorrow? I mean, that happened to me. If there's a controversial bill, folks, you know what they do? If the chair doesn't want people to get to speak out for it, you know what they do? If they see a large crowd show up for it and it's in conflict with what the chair of the committee wants, I've watched it. This is firsthand knowledge, okay? They'll say, oh, we're going to put that one aside. We're going to move on to the next bill. Because they know you can't keep returning to the state capitol every day, because most of us have to work for a living to pay their bills and their salary and to keep the lights on in the state capitol. Transparency in government, folks, is essential. We're going to shine the light. We're going to turn the lights on in that state capitol. The cockroaches are going to scatter. And it's going to, you know, this is really, this is about much more than the governor's seat, folks. I am attempting to topple a gravy train of enormous and very dangerous magnitude. There are a lot of folks getting very rich off of our state government with your money and special interest money. And remember, when that special interest money is attached in the form of a donation to a candidate, that candidate doesn't care anymore about the people in his constituency. He's going to take care of the needs of that lobbyist that wrote him a big check. I have refused to meet with lobbyists who wanted to dangle big money in front of my face with strings attached. Because my position is, the reason I'm in this race is to eliminate things like that. We are here to restore the power to the people of Arkansas. People by the thousands asked me to run on social media by the thousands. That's why I stepped up to the plate. They didn't say Jan Morgan run for Senate. They didn't say Jan Morgan run for state representative. They said Jan Morgan run for governor. Because we need somebody with a very powerful position to put a stop to the waste, fraud, and abuse in our state government. Folks, redneck populace. You know what that is?